Hey guys, what's going on? Chris here with Shughead Gaming, and welcome to the first ever episode of Shughead Gaming Presents. For this first episode, we're going to be covering this guy, the PlayStation VR aim controller. You bought Farpoint and you're wondering, what else is there? Well, I'm going to let you know. There are 9 compatible games currently as of March 2018, and I'm going to take you through all 9 of them. There's going to be a few interesting deep cuts here and a couple big heavy hitters, so stay tuned throughout all 9. Some of these might surprise you. Guys, we've got 9 games to get into here, but before we get to that, please hit that like button if you like this video, and if you want to see more from me, whether it be my impressions videos or more specials like this, please in that bottom right hand corner, hit that subscribe button, and if you hit the bell icon as well, you'll get up-to-date notifications whenever one of my videos posts. Thank you so much, it means the world to me. And with that, let's get into these 9 videos. First up on our list, Arizona Sunshine. The Arizona Sunshine, you're going to get 363 degrees of movement, smooth turning, direct movement. This really takes advantage of the aim controller. It got off to a rocky start, but with a few patches, they've really dialed in the aiming, bringing in the crosshairs that were made famous in Farpoint, and also the same perimeter system that you saw in Farpoint. Tracking is pretty good, but can be a little bit finicky. Sometimes you'll find that you've got to wag the controller a little bit just to get it to fall into place. But depending on your setup, that shouldn't give you too much problems. For me personally, the aim controller is the only way to play Arizona Sunshine, giving you free movement throughout this huge open world and allowing you to perfect those wonderful headshots that makes this game worth owning. Next game on our list is Brookhaven Experiment, originally a launch title for the PlayStation VR. It now got patched in with aim support, much improved over the original move support. Aim support brings with it quick turning instead of the original 180 flip back, and also improved sights, which in my opinion made the game much improved. You have the ability to toggle your flashlight on and off with your L1 and R1 buttons, and also bringing in the much needed knife for when you need it for a melee attack. Not unlike Doom, the grenade can be armed with the click of a button and tossed kind of independently of the gun. Well, not one of my favorite aim guns games. I think it shows its age a little bit. There's definitely a lot of fun to be had with this game, and the implementation is above average. Next up on our list, guys, is actually one of the newer games on this list. It is called Honor and Duty. Budget title in every sense of the word. If you want to pick this up in the store, you can get it probably now between $6 and $10. But one thing that is not budget about this is actually the implementation of the aim controller. It is actually super smooth, well tracked, very accurate through the sights. I never feel that I'm losing tracking, and every shot I feel that I've earned. You will be getting 360 degrees of movement with smooth turning and direct movement. As I said, the sights work very well. The aim is supported in both single player and multiplayer. Easily the newest game on our list, Bravo Team, came out just a few days ago. You're not going to get direct movement in this. You're also not going to get 360 degrees of movement. The analog sticks are pretty much relegated to giving commands to your partner like this and doing a click 180 flip back. Sights are pretty accurate. You definitely feel like you're going to hit the headshots if you're lined up properly. Tracking is definitely also pretty good. I do find that the guns feel a little bit unusually large in comparison to what you're holding in your hands, but again, that's a complaint that you probably won't feel too much once you get into the game. One thing you'll definitely notice when playing this game is you are pretty limited with the aim controller. It's pretty much all you're going to do is be aiming, shooting. Reloading is going to be done with the press of a button. That won't be anything to do with you again. And also when you switch to your handgun, that can feel a little disjointed as you're still holding a two-handed gun with a buttstock and a grip, and instead you're on the screen you're holding like a pistol like this. So that can be a little bit weird. What might be the most colorful and silly game on this list would be Dick Wild. One of the games that came out for the aim controller, actually at the launch of the aim controller, it came out the same day as Farpoint. Therefore, I think it didn't get a lot of love and kind of got overshadowed by Farpoint's success. That being said, it's actually one of my favorite implementations of the aim.
I still remember the first time I killed a croc. What a thrill! But the zookeepers got quite mad.
Most guns you'll find have two separate modes of fire. Tracking is dead on, and you'll need it for this game as you'll be doing a lot of aerial shots. You'll be standing in place. It is a wave shooter. But you will have a blast playing this with your friends and on your own. Guns will definitely vary, so depending on your playing style or what you want to do with your aim controller, you'll pretty much find your match. Let's take a look at a few of those guns.
Yikes! I never thought I'd see those dag-nabbit dinosaurs again. Must ain't better.
Yeehaw!
Next up, guys, is Vfr. Kind of an obscure game, kind of the poor man's Doom. But one thing that it does nail is the implementation of the move. You're going to get 360 degrees of movement. It's going to be smooth turning and direct movement. It got a patch to include this. Originally didn't come with this. If you need to get to those hard to reach places, you can do a little jump with teleportation as well. It helps to get a lot faster as well, especially if you've got that melee ability on the end of the aim controller. Guns feel great, and I would say probably only second to Farpoint as far as the implementation of the aim. One negative that I will mention is that there is no haptic feedback in the controller, meaning there's no vibrations happening with any of the weapons in the game. As you can see, aiming is pretty accurate, and you will hit what you're aiming after. Guys, I promised you some deep cuts on this list, and this definitely fits the bill. This is Special Delivery, aka Paperboy in VR, with aim support. One of the things that they patched in a little bit later on in the lifespan of this game. You won't be using your analog sticks much for this. You're still leaning to turn, and it's still hard as hell, but it definitely makes it a lot more fun, a lot more accurate. I shouldn't use the word accurate when I'm shooting like that. I would say tracking on this is adequate. Definitely not one of the highlights on this list. But guys, if you're looking for some more things for your aim controller and something a little less violent for maybe some younger people to try, this might fit the bill for some unique aim support options. Holy shit! Next up is Doom. Doom Vfr, to be more specific. It has 3 control schemes in it: DS4, move support, but most importantly, what we're here to talk about is aim support. With aim support, you're going to get full direct movement. You're going to get 360 degrees of smooth motion, which is what most of us wanted in this game. All 3 control schemes have some funky business going on, so some people have issues with all 3 and neither of them being perfect, but we're here to talk about aim support. One of the problems that I have with it is that it seems to do this weird kind of Doom movement. You know how Doom games used to have that kind of this thing when you walk? They seem to be kind of replicating that. It kind of seems to swing past the screen. That's a little irritating, and it kind of kept me away from this game because I was hoping they were going to patch that. They didn't, so I decided to come back, and you know what? This game's a shitload of fun. anyways. The other big issue that people had with the aim support is, as you can see in my left-hand corner here, I have a grenade stuck in a static hand that is tracked to head movement. That doesn't bother me as much as it does some people. I just don't really care because I got a fucking Doom gun. And I'm sorry, but that's fucking amazing. You'll be able to choose up your guns, you get all the different Doom guns. You got an old-fashioned shotgun. Tracking of the guns is very solid. I definitely feel that what I'm shooting at, I'm hitting at. Control issues aside, guys, you are playing Doom and you are holding Doom weapons, which means you're in for a shitload of fun with aim support. I mean, come on, an RPG, and you're holding the RPG. Now, I don't have the BFG yet, but come on. One thing you'll notice is that there's a teleport function, and this is designed for the quick kills that Doom brought in the newest system. Of course, it's not going to let me show you that right now, but when you stagger your enemies, you can teleport into them like that. It's also designed for those hard-to-reach places because there's no jump function. Anyways, guys, even despite its issues, aim support on Doom is definitely a reason to own this gun, and definitely a game to buy if you love your aim support. And guys, that brings us to our last game, of course, Farpoint. If you're watching this video, chances are you already have this jewel of a game, and if you don't have this game, buy this game. And if you're watching these videos to figure out whether you should buy an aim controller, this should be your first purchase. Everything else should be second. This game and this gun were designed to be together. This game was developed from the ground up for this gun. In fact, the studio was actually worked in conjunction with Sony to bring this gun into its existence, into this game. They invented how this game and this gun feel.
They're headed this way.
Tracking on the gun is pretty fantastic. Sometimes you'll see it fall out like any of these games. You just give it a little shake like this every so often, especially if you're in the heat of action. You won't notice it. Haptic feedback is fantastic. Tracking of the gun is fantastic. Oh, gotta reload. As you heard me say in a previous video, you notice they have this thing called Chaperone Mode, and that is this, which is wonderful. It tells you when you're at a place. You'll notice that the tracking on the body is fantastic. You will definitely hit what you want to hit. You notice I threw that over my shoulder. That's another feature that's awesome with this game. Woo! That one puckered up my butthole a little bit. You know, many games like Doom and Bravo Team, they've got the aesthetics down. They've got the graphic looks as far as the way that these guns look and feel in this game. You've got certain games like Dickweld and Vfr, and then you've got also, surprisingly enough, Honor and Duty. So great implementation as far as how these guns feel in the game, how they actually track. But only Farpoint so far has brought everything to the table in one awesome package. This makes you feel like a badass. This feels like Halo, except you're in it. Weapons are going to range from sniper rifles, as you can see with the sights here, to shotguns, to assault rifles and plasma guns. You've got missile launchers and grenade launchers, which are secondary features. You will definitely have a blast with this game, with this gun. There's really nothing more to be said. If you've got the money, this is a reason to buy the peripheral on its own. Guys, and that brings us to the end of our first ever episode of Shughead Gaming Presents, as we take our rundown of the 9 currently compatible games for the aim controller, March 2018. Whether you're here to figure out what's going to be next on your wish list, or you're tuning in just to see whether buying a controller like this is even worth it right now for your wallet and for your interests, thanks a lot for showing up, guys. Hit that like button, hit subscribe if you want to see more. We're going to be doing follow-up videos like this all the time. We also do reviews, impressions, we do giveaways. I think you've got a sense of what this channel's starting to turn into, guys. It's all because of you guys and your likes and your subscribes and your shares to your friends. Please do that part. That keeps this channel growing as it has. It's been a blast for me. Anyways, guys, I am Chris from Shughead Gaming, and as always, I'll catch you soon. Those might be some PC gamers over there. Hey guys, what's up? Enjoying your mouse controllers?